21, goalkeeper. Number 23, Tran Nguyen Manh. Number 34, Nguyễn Hoài Anh. Number 29, Nguyễn Huy Hùng. And number 35, Nguyễn Xuân Thành. The substitution are playing number 1, Nguyễn Thanh Bình. Nguyễn Văn Hiệp. Number 9, Lê Công Vinh. Number 11, Nguyễn Anh Đức. Number 14, Lê Tấn Tài. Number 16, Nguyễn Duy Cường. Number 20, Lê Khánh Trung. Number 25, Võ Huy Hoàng. Number 27, Mark Quân. Number 31, Nguyễn Thanh Hiền. And number 32, Nguyễn Minh Hùng. The head coach of Vietnam national team is Mr. Toshiang Mira. Here are the team lineup of Indonesia national team. Player number 1, Julia Mega. Number 3, Zulkifli Sumoku. Number 7, Boaz Tengku. Number 8, Rafael Guillermo. Number 11, Ricky Rizandi. Number 14, Asmat Dwi Yanto. Number 16, Muhammad Robi. Number 17, Burhan Malik. Number 20, Saking Yohan. Number 23, Muhammad Ridwan. And number 25, Samsul. Substitution are number 4, Victor Dube Kesi. Number 5, Ricky Ramdani. Number 6, Evan Dimas. Number 9, Andro Gonzalez. Number 12, Matt Mirawan. Number 14, Manuel Wagai. Number 15, Logan Uka. Number 18, Samsul Arif. Number 32, Sarapi Nasi. Number 34, Ariano. Number 36, Fadilin Wadi Tarianto. The head coach of Indonesia national team is Mr. Alfred Ritter. The referee is Mr. Toto Minoru. The assistant referee is Mr. Karakak Saposi. The assistant referee is Mr. Ahmad Mubarak Rashid. The court officer is Mr. Ali Sabahane Al-Shati. The match commissioner is Mr. Chaitut Bambang. The referee assistant Mr. Kasim Kadi Pasha. The coordinator Mr. Andrew Lim. And media officer Mr. Abdul Rahman.
AFF Suzuki Cup, and it's the second game of the tournament so far. Vietnam versus Indonesia at the My Dinh Stadium. Plenty of expectation at this tournament. And let's take you through the lineups. Lê Pok Tu, captain. Din Tien Tan, Ngo Hong Tin, Nguyen Van Kiet, Kuen Ngoc Hai, Pham Tan Luong, Vu Minh Tuan, Tran Nguyen Manh in goal, Nguyen Hai An, Nguyen Hui Hang, Nguyen Xuan Tan. For Indonesia, Kurnia Megia Hermansyah, Zulkifli Syukur, Boaz Salosa, Rafael Maritimo, Rizky Rizaldi, Ahmad Jufrianto, Muhammad Robi, Zulhan Malik Zamrun, Serginho Van Dijk, Muhammad Hello and a very warm welcome to you from the My Dinh Stadium in Hanoi as we have the second game of the 2014 AFF Suzuki Cup about to get underway. Hosts Vietnam up against Indonesia. And as you can imagine, it is pretty much a full house here. We've already had the other group game just before this as Philippines hammered Laos 4-1, though I think to be fair, that wasn't a true reflection of the game, with Laos taking the lead, perhaps surprisingly, and really pushing the Filipinos all the way till the end.
Mr. Lê Hùng Dũng, President of Vietnam
This will be
Football
a very,
Federation.
very different game.
Sri Johar Arifin Hussein, President of
You can
Indonesia
just hear now the
Football Association.
VIPs who are coming to greet the teams.
Of AFF Suzuki Cup 2014 Group A delegation. We introduce to the players and officers of the team.
So the delegation making their way, receiving just some mementos. Yes, this will be a much tighter game, you feel, though of course Vietnam playing at home always go in as favourites and have been in pretty good form coming into this match. We'll talk about that very shortly indeed. Indonesia have got the reputation of being perennial underdogs. These two sides have had very, very tight encounters. There are your officials, by the way. Kojo Minaru from Japan, Kanakomi Satoshi also from Japan, Ahmed Mubarak Rashid from Bahrain. Vietnam have got some excellent players in their ranks. Big surprise perhaps at Lê Con Vinh. Biggest star is on the bench today. More on that in a short while. Let's have the national anthems now.
Khán giả đứng dậy làm lễ chào cờ. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem. Quốc ca Indonesia. National anthem of Indonesia. Quốc ca Việt Nam, National Anthem of Vietnam.
raucous reception, as you'd imagine, at the My Dinh Stadium. These fans know their football, and they are absolutely fanatical. They expect nothing less than getting out of this group, and if they want it at the top of it as well. Indonesia, no, 4 times finalists. They need to turn things around. So, here is the Vietnam lineup, and as I mentioned, the big surprise is that there is no place for their star forward, Lê Con Vinh, who is on the bench tonight. Will he have an impact from there, perhaps? Also the highly rated Mak Quan Quan, also on the bench. Perhaps they feel there are bigger fish to fry, though I can't imagine there are any, along with Philippines and Laos in that group. For Indonesia, only one of their naturalised players starts today, or 2 rather. Rafael Maitimo and Serginho Van Dijk will be in that lineup. No place for Victor Igbonefo, or indeed Emmanuel Wangai. Confirmation of Lê Con Vinh then in the bench, along with Mak. There's Igbonefo, he'll be at the back though. Emmanuel Wangai also there. Firman Otino, who's been in these campaigns before, another great player. So expectations are high here. 136th in the world, Vietnam. Surprisingly, it's the Philippines who are the highest ranked nation in this competition, even ahead of Thailand. Toji Minoru, there you go. Indonesia, the biggest country in ASEAN. They have flattered to deceive. That's been the major disappointment. Toshio Miura, the manager of Vietnam, it was a bit of a surprise, raised a lot of eyebrows when he got the job, given that the Vietnamese manager, when he hasn't really done anything in management apart from stints at Omiya Dija, Venfure Kofu, Vissel Kobe and Consadole Sapporo. Mediocre records with all of them. Immediately, Vietnam want to make their presence felt. They will go on the attack, don't you worry about that. Here's Dinh. It's a good cross whipped in. Plenty of pace. Expect to see a lot of this. Plenty of possession from the Vietnamese. Come forward again. Here's Nguyen. Sergio Van Dijk with the ball. First touch for him. First time Indonesia have had the ball, in fact. Barcelosa, the veteran now. Remember him with electric pace when he debuted about a decade ago. Just showing a little too much of the ball, Nguyen Van Kiet. Well, he is a very well-known man in these parts. Alfred Riedel, a former Austrian international. Played with some pretty decent clubs. Austria Vienna, Standard Liège. And of course has coached Vietnam on 3 different occasions. He's hugely popular here, to the point where a Vietnamese man even donated a kidney. And he was very, very unwell. That's how much love they have for him. I understand that in the press conferences they were so enamored with him, they were asking him how he thought Vietnam would perform in this tournament. He said he's got to just remove himself from the emotion of the event. Played for Metz as well. Very familiar with this part of the world. Been involved in Vietnam, Laos and Indonesia. Really got going yet, the Indonesians, have they? Rizal with the throw. Anywhere will do really for my Timo. Deng couldn't get a touch on it. Well, they are trying hard to get out of their half, but they're struggling. In fact, at the moment, they're just holding onto the ball as long as they can. While they're getting pressured by the Vietnamese. Could be playing a bit of a holding pattern here. No real shots on goal either from either side. The Vietnamese will want to put more pressure. We did feel that this was going to be a tight game now. Bit of an opening here. Just finishes wide. Pham Thanh Luong. Cleared away. Van Dijk's just trying to put a bit of pressure. Riedel's off his bench now, not happy. It's a bit more out of his troops. Chasing shadows at the moment. That's lofted high. Just struggle to get rid of the ball. They seem more up for it, the Vietnamese, at the moment. Now Vietnam on the loose here. Here's Nguyen Van Kiet. Have to go back a bit. They're fairly well organised, the Indonesians. Getting closed down quickly. But they will find an outlet. Should be happy with this at the moment. It's all very speculative from the Vietnamese. Very close indeed, and the first chance of the game. That's more like it, but that was at the perfect height for the keeper, Hermannscha. Good save though, and Nguyen high on with the first chance. That is a pretty decent effort. He had to go across the goal to get it in. Another corner. Vietnam seem to be inching closer and closer. Risky Porter there, helping out. Could we see the first goal? Van Dijk, that's a good ball! Well, that goal came because of Van Dijk's terrible clearance. A typical striker's bit of defending there, and it fell to Nguyen Manh, who lofted it over the man at the post. Well, that's disappointing as far as Indonesia are concerned, but it was coming, wasn't it? Now have another look at this. He went right across the goal. It's like an assist, isn't it? It's a shocking header. He left it just a little too early. It was a perfect ball for him. All he had to do was just chip that into that far corner. The first goal, quite rightfully, goes to Vietnam. That's poor work from Indonesia, really poor, especially from Serginho. Sometimes I know managers feel that the best thing for strikers is to stay up top during those sort of set pieces. They're more liability than anything else, but you can't afford to do that these days. Got to have virtually everyone back. Now the Indonesians will have to really let the shackles off and try and be a bit more enterprising. Will not be happy with that at all. Of course, they will be concentrating on Laos and Philippines in their other two games to try and get the points to get out of this group, but kind of a negative approach. Crowd now getting really into this. Another corner, it could be another chance. Scored off the last one, remember. Not the greatest of corners, but still with Vietnam. Plenty of movement, lofted deep. Of course, winners back in 2008. 3 shots so far, nothing from Indonesia, and that's because they've barely got past the halfway line. They'll play on here. Keeper. They're proving very tricky on the wings at the moment. Oh, that's going to hurt. That's really going to hurt. Manahati, there's Tusen winning there hard. Huang Tin's okay. We are consulting with his assistants. Excited for a brief moment there. Nowhere near the actual target in the end. about as good as it's got for Indonesia so far. Again, they're getting past the man too easily. Nguyen Manh is a handful. Roby does well. But he's proving to be very, very difficult. Again, they flap at it. Just not looking convincing at the moment. And the Indonesians will, the Vietnamese rather, will sense that vulnerability. Too far away, was it? They are pummeling Indonesia at the moment. Perhaps not testing the keeper enough, but certainly creating enough chances. That would be the one criticism so far of this Vietnamese performance. Need to see more from them in actual efforts. Minutes gone. Is it just a matter of time? Now it's Yen Swan Tan to have his try. Everyone wants to have a go. Pinned back here. Just need a good spell of possession, the Indonesians. As I said, they were runners-up in 2000, 2002, 2004, and most recently in 2010. Gesticulating, Miura trying to get the message across. This is where they've been so good on the set pieces. Mancha trying to sort out his defence. Doesn't look very happy, does he? Again, it's flapping away. And again, they cause problems. Another corner. Looked like the goal scorer, Nguyen Manh. can push that forward. They just got to get forward. Here's a chance now. Oh, that is not going their way, is it? Barcelona loses it. I wonder if you'll see a few more of the naturalised Indonesians come on, the foreign imports as it were. Trying to get the cross in, and that pretty much sums up how it's going so far for Indonesia. Imade Wirawan, or rather Rizky Bora with the effort. This was Jorginho's assist. Trying to help out in defence, and this is what happened. Creating the jump of Rizky Rizaldi. Well, overall, coming into this competition, let's have a look at the stats then. Indonesia, as I said, they've come second 4 times, third once, fourth once. Semi-finals in 2008. They've only failed to get out of the group stages just on 2 occasions, 2008 and 2012. Vietnam, well, first in 2008, second in 1998, a couple of third places in 96 and 2002, fourth place in 2000, semi-finals in 2007 and 2010 when it changed from third, fourth placing to just semi-final placings. We didn't have another game for that. That surely looked like a foul throw, not given. Well, a rare moment in the final third for Indonesia. Can they make it count? The crowd letting the players know what they feel about this. They should get a corner. Oh, that's a goal kick. Bobbling around in midfield. Coming into this tournament, Fernando Martino was voted most valuable player back in 2010, and that Well saved the keeper. That's when Indonesia got to the finals and lost to Malaysia. That was a big surprise. That was arguably their best chance, really. Pushing and pushing, but Vietnam need another goal. They really want to make sure of this. Coming into this tournament, Vietnam had played as many games as Indonesia, 47 apiece. Oh, that was a last gasp tackle. Very lucky. Vietnam have, Indonesia have won 24. Drawn 10, lost 12 games. Scored 126 goals. Now that is the most by any side that's ever played in the competition, so that's impressive. They've also got the worst defense in the big five nations, as it were. Conceded 63 goals. They have got the second best goal difference of plus 63. Salosa trying to put some pressure there on Dinh Tien Tan. Half an hour or so gone. Still very untidy. Indonesians giving the ball far too easily, giving it away. So 82 points they've scored, really, overall, if you look at it, the Indonesians. What about the Vietnamese just below them? 22 wins, 13 draws, 12 losses. Scored 101 goals. They're the third highest scoring nation. Conceded 54. Too much on that return ball. They've scored 79 points. Can they get something out of this? Oh my word! Totally against the run of play. Indonesia have struck back through Zulham Malik Zamrud. Unbelievable. They have done absolutely nothing in this match. And they have conjured up a goal out of nothing. Well, you could argue that's a sign of a good team. I don't think they would play very good football, but you've got to take that chance when you get it. It was a speculative ball, terrible defending. It was a poor header. It's a good finish in the end, but Dinh Tien Tan, awful defending. That's an excellent finish now when you look at it. He hit that into the ground. A snapshot from him. And Zulham Zamrun has dragged his team back into this game, totally by surprise, and it gets a run of play. Well, that could sting the Vietnamese into action now. We've got a game on our hands now. From the neutral point of view, this is absolutely perfect. Well, one thing you can be sure of is that it'll add to the frustration in the fans who will have thought by now their team should be well and truly ahead. Here's Barcelosa. Oh, he slipped the ball through. It'll be a corner. All of a sudden they come alive. Could this be the turning point for them? That's too close to the keeper, who flaps at that. That's a terrible bit of keeping. Another corner. He's done absolutely nothing in this game so far, Nguyen Tan Bin. Perhaps just because he has been so distracted. Actually, they have changed the goalkeeper in the end. Sorry, that's Tran Nguyen Manh. That goes Indonesia's way. So every one of their players now applying their trade in Vietnam. Lê Con Vinh had a unsuccessful time really with Consadole Sapporo in Japan. He's since moved back to Songlam Nean. He's the country's top scorer, 35 goals and 60 appearances, the 28-year-old on the bench. I'm sure we will be seeing him. So Junior, he's done well. Trying to beat players here. Can he do it? Now the counter-attack, the crowd get going. It's a good challenge. Now Boas. Oh dear, too much on that. Coming into this game, they boosted their chances ahead of this tournament with a comeback 3-1 win over 10-man Malaysia. This was on Sunday. Even though Malaysia dominated the first half and should have had more to show for it, apart from an Amri Yahya goal in the 22nd minute, they were made to pay for their inability to convert their chances when Makong Kwan hammered home the equaliser just 2 minutes into the second half. Malaysia will reduce to 10 men after the dismissal of Muslim Ahmad. Nguyen Van Kuet put the Vietnamese ahead from the spot. And No Hong Ting added a third in the 81st minute, but Muyura even said that his team were lucky. He said, I told the players we need to show a better effort because luck will not always smile on us. The problem that Vietnam have for this game is that midfielders Nguyen Minh Chao Nguyen Trong Hoan goalkeepers Nguyen Tan Diep and To Vin Loi will be unavailable for this opener due to injury. I did say I'm happy to be here for the first time in the AFF Cup. I have great expectations for the players and I don't feel any pressure. First game in any tournament is important, but this will work into the hands of the Filipinos if indeed it ends in a draw. Plenty of time still to come in this game, of course. Power snatched at that one, didn't he? Just got on their feet there. As Pham Thanh Luong got ready to take the shot. Trying to be over fancy, losing the ball. Look at the dive in, didn't work. Now launched forward. Rare touch for the goalkeeper. You sense that half-time couldn't come soon enough for Toshio Miura now, who's really got his troops going because they've dominated without pushing enough. Just a bit of a limp, but he'll be okay. Good turn and shot now. Oh, it would have been a great individual effort. Danger's not over though. Vietnam trying to grab a shot there. Leong with the effort, but causing problems once again at the back. Well, I think you've got to give a bit of credit there to Mohamed Robi, who did everything he could. Could Indonesia finish this half of the flurry? Instead, it's a great ball, just a tad too much on it. done well. Should be a corner. Yes, it is. Last chance really before the half. Can they make it count? Wouldn't they just love to score before half-time? Disappointing, really. Another corner. Quickly want to take it before the whistle goes. They couldn't again quite push that. Want to get rid of the ball quickly, but I think that should be it really for this first half. As I told you, Minoru now looks on 1 minute about a time. Could they hope for something back here? Decent ball, but too much on for Chazinho. That looked like a foul from Barcelosa. I think he's got away with that one. Yeah, definitely a foul. The pitch really doesn't look in great state, does it? But the pitches have come in for a lot of criticism, a lot of scrutiny, in particular the one in Singapore, the billion-dollar sports hub. That pitch has really put on a poor surface for big games like Juventus, Singapore and Japan, Brazil. So there's a lot of curious people wanting to know how that will shape up tomorrow when Singapore take on Thailand. What a game that will be in the opening match of the opening day of Group B. Malaysia play Myanmar earlier in the day. Again, the keeper flaps at it. It's cleared off the line, but it's obvious that Indonesia are struggling with those set pieces because they conceded their first goal from a corner when Susilo Van Dijk, the Indonesian striker, tried to head the ball away. Instead he headed it across his goal. And Nguyen Ngoc Hai, with a superb finish, gave them the lead. Vietnam continued to dominate the first half, but totally against the rubber player. Speculative ball was not well dealt with by Din Dien Tan, and Zulham Malik Zamrun with a fantastic finish means at halftime here at the My Dinh Stadium, it's Vietnam 1, Indonesia 1. Do stay with us, more football coming up after the break.
like your family. We are here to support you. Welcome to the family. Family Mart.
The world is full of surprises, but there's always a happy tomorrow. Like the colors of a rainbow, we will shine, we will shine. La 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 la. We will shine. Bring success. Come on.
Capture full HD video resolution at 60 frames per second. With a tilting flexible monitor and integrated Wi-Fi to create and share instantly. Unleash your inspiration with the 24.3 megapixel FX format DSLR. I am a D750. I am full freedom. I am a Nikon.
This is your game. Don't let the haters score. Get tested. Protect yourself. I love football. I love life. I protect myself.
This is your game. Don't let AIDS score. Get tested. Protect yourself. I love football. I love life. I protect myself.
Suzuki.
Hello, welcome back to the second half of this AFF Suzuki Cup match between Vietnam and Indonesia. It's 1-1 at half-time. Perhaps surprising given that it has been all about the Vietnamese, really. And they open the scoring through Nguyen Ngoc Hai. Good goal. Sulhan Malik Zamran totally against the run of play. Got the second. No, got the second goal of the game, but the equaliser. Let's see if the Vietnamese can improve in the second half. The crowd will expect much more clinical performance in the second half. They've had so many chances, really, but not that many clear-cut ones. So you can dominate all you want, but you've got to take the opportunities. We haven't seen the likes of Lê Con Vinh yet. Really did pose a lot of problems. Nguyen Van Kiet just a little quiet as the game progressed. Wide again on the first, and straight away trying to volley that across the goal. This is when they are at their most vulnerable. Trying to deal with it okay. Set pieces, they keep conceding those. They put themselves in real danger every time. That's clear, that's good. Steal in, what a chance, second bite of the cherry, off the post. How many chances do they need? Nguyen Manh ought to have scored this time, hit it into the ground, then had another bite of the cherry, but could only hit the outside of the post. Well, I think the keeper got a touch onto it, so credit to Hermancha as well. The frustration will be adding in. Oh, it's gone right across the goal again. They can't believe it, neither can the crowd. Surely they've got to get the likes of Lee Kon Vin on. They just have to be very careful, Vietnam, that they don't leave themselves exposed as they try to go forward. Riedel, now more animated than he was earlier. Big loss for him before the start of this tournament. His star striker Irfan Bakhtim lost his fitness battle and misses the campaign completely. Desperately wants to play in his third straight AFF Suzuki Cup, but revealed that he failed to secure a place in the squad. Has a calf problem rather, which is causing the issue. So I don't know whether they just want to risk him today. Inside. Really nice passage of play, but they tried to take too many touches, you think. Didn't need to do that, really. Indonesia again quite happy to just sit back, really. Well, this was the message that Bakhtim had said, even to his teammates: "Gonna miss you guys, good luck. My strength didn't come from lifting weights. My strength came from lifting myself every time I got knocked out. We'll not give up and we'll come back even stronger, and I can't wait to play again for Indonesia." Well, we were asking when he would come on. Listen to the response he's getting. Lee Kon Vin comes on. Versus Nguyen Manh. Impact. Lee Kon Vin. It's his teammate Vu who hurt himself as he went for that header. I think he just collided there with Zohab. It's a bounce ball. I think there was some kind of... He's giving it away. That's sporting of them. Look at that. 10 shots to 1 in favour of Vietnam. And Indonesia have got 1 goal from it. So that is really the story here. Getting a little bit more nervous as time goes by. Boasalosa. It's a decent ball, but I think that was a much better position there. So Gino decided to try his luck. But just look at the far post. Muhammad Ridwan, I think he could have been in a better position. Still can't get rid of it. Boasalosa's done really well. Not with the cross, but he does get the corner. Frustration at the back. Frustration all round for Vietnam, really. Don't forget, Riedel took them to the quarterfinals of the AFC Asian Cup in 2007. This is with Vietnam, as well as 3 Southeast Asian silver medals in 99, 2003 and 2005. Just wide. Coming back here, Lee Kon Vin tries to spread that wide, not the greatest of balls, still in their possession but they lose it. Solosa replaced by Samsul Arif Munib.
Cầu thủ số 18 Samsul Arif vào sân. Substitution for Indonesia. Player number 7
This is the
was Erwin Salosa.
older man.
Replaced by number 18 Samsul Arif.
Samsul Arif, 29 years of age though. In fact, when I call Boas the veteran, he's still only 28, but he's got 31 caps, much more experienced than Samsul Arif, who's actually older. He only scored the 1 goal in 8. Surely they would want to look at a veteran like Christian Gonzalez, who is currently the highest scorer in this side with 11 goals. Just a bit surprising they're not using that bit of experience though. They probably feel they don't want to waste it on this game. I don't know, it's very strange. Very surprising that, in fact. He scored 11 out of 24 goals, 38 years of age, got a bit of experience. Put him up there. If he holds the ball up well, strong, aggressive player. They haven't done it. Lee Kon Vin, again, not the greatest of passes. Still unable to convert all that possession. Again, pumping forward. Now they're going for the long ball approach. Again, they've blocked it. Forward again. Yellow card for Pham Tuan Long. This game has really gone into a lull here. I'm not sure the Vietnamese people would accept a draw, really. Riedel having a chat with his assistant, thinking what should he do next. He said he'd used his knowledge of the Vietnam team with several players remaining in the squad since he left in 2007. He said, I feel very well when I come back and there are so many friendly people around me. Maybe this is the last time I will come back, but in principle I would like to play 3 times against Vietnam in this tournament. I can say that I've never had such a difficult preparation because I only got the players together on the 13th of this month. And before that, before I had the players together on the 5th of March. Oh, what a goal! That's a brilliant strike! And that was set up superbly. And finally a bit of quality in this rather dour second half, to the delight of the crowd. The man who had come on, the star striker, Lê Công Vinh. That's why he's the biggest man. He took that superbly. And that could be the winning goal of this game. Have a look at this. Lovely return ball. Still plenty to do. But he took that brilliantly. It just sat up for him, didn't it? And he put his foot through it. No chance for Hermansyah. No one can close him down either. In fact, his return ball had a bit too much on it. Can they hold off now? In these final 20 minutes or so. There you go, 20 minutes to survive. Wonder now how Riedel will respond to that. Can they get another goal? Good running there. They've gone wide. Nguyen Van Kiet. Again, gone wide, gone out of play. Now, can they get across in? Sejunior's waiting, they'll get a corner. They're about to... The complaints that Riedel had, said he didn't have the players for long enough. He said, I've never had all the players together because they've been on duties like AFC Cup. So far, 12 international matches, we've had 60 different players. The preparation is not as I wished, but we are here to do something. Great corner, a lot of white shirts now piled up there. Vietnam have certainly been preparing much more than Indonesia have, really. They've had 6 international games, or 6 matches anyway, since September. 2nd of September they were at home to their own under-23 side. They won, unsurprisingly perhaps, 3-0. Then played against lowly Hong Kong on the 6th of September. 3-1 they won at home. All these games are at home, by the way. Then at home to keeper does well. Bahrain under 23 on the 29th of October. That they beat the Korean University selection on the 4th of November 3-0. Disappointing result on the 9th of November when they were losers, 3-1 losers against Palestine. But a morale boosting win, as I said just a few days ago, against Malaysia, which I just told you about, where they were perhaps a little lucky. So Firman Utina, one of the former stars of this side, on for Manahati Letsusen, who really did kind of fade away spectacularly in this game. Had a few moments. Firman Utina now a veteran at 32 years of age. Officially the captain of the team. He's now one of the veterans here. 62 caps, just 5 goals. Not a very good return, is it? Vu with the yellow card. There's the goal again. What a cracking goal it was. Absolutely superb. Probably the goal of the tournament so far. We've only had 2 games, but there've been lots of goals. 3 in this one, 5 in the previous one. It's a lovely ball played up to Serginho van Dijk, but he couldn't control it. The keeper did enough to put him off. That was really nicely done by Tran Nguyen Manh. He liked that ball, Serginho. Surely got to be trying someone like a Christian Gonzalez. Right down is Yen Swan Tan. Just collided with his own keeper. Let's have a look. Controlled it well. I think it was a trailing leg that caught the end. He did enough, didn't he? 12 close up of the pitch. It is poor. We're gesticulating ferociously. Wants a substitution on quickly. Vietnam have maybe flattered to deceive at times. That's a brilliant hit, really is superb. So Nguyen Minh replaces Nguyen Xuan Tan. Sporting play from Jorginho. Still in some obvious discomfort. Backed away. Scrambled away for a corner. So that's Vietnam's preparations, really. They've had 5 wins out of 6. Not all of them the most testing of fixtures. What about Indonesia? Not been as good, really. They've only had 4 real games in the last couple of months, so they haven't quite had the preparation that Vietnam have had. Well, if we go back to the last 5 fixtures, they played Qatar away on the 15th of July, 2-2, and that really was about their best result, because after that they drew at home the 9th of September, goalless to Yemen. They beat Malaysia on the 14th of September. Malaysia are in poor form at the moment. They've lost 4 of their last 5 fixtures. On the 25th, they were at home to Cambodia, who they beat 1-0. Awkward bounce. Oh, it's gone through the legs! My word, what a shocking bit of goalkeeping! And Indonesia once again, totally against the run of play, get a massive slice of luck here. And they're celebrating like there's no tomorrow. Christian Gonzalez looked like he was going to come on, but Samsul Arif Munib, the substitute, gets the goal. You can't believe it. It was a speculative attempt. There might have been a bobble. Oh dear. I don't think anyone could believe that. That is an absolute shocker. And it's near the end of this game. Indonesia can hardly believe their luck. "12 shots to 2, and they've scored from both of them. That is the difference between the two sides. Well, it really has been disappointing. Can't believe what's happening here, but can they get a winner out of it all? Another substitution, looks like it's going to be Gonzalez. They can't believe it, can they? So Nguyen is off, or rather Nguyen is off for the Tran Nguyen. Screaming instructions for the goal scorer, Nguyen Manh. They're going to have to try anything they can. Well, this is perfect for the Philippines. And I guess some of the other countries in the other group will be thinking also very good. It's a lovely through ball. This is going to be the winner. Oh, hesitation there, lack of conviction. It's still alive. Oh dear, terrible. What an opportunity. It was a beautiful ball slipped through. Well, they've decided not to put Gonzalez in. I think Emmanuel Wanga is going to come in and just do a job. He's replacing the goal scorer, Zula Malik Zambun. Both goal scorers have gone off. Emmanuel Wanga will just sit then hold the 26-year-old. Persipura Jayapura. Well, I think this is a remarkable turn of results. Well, Riedel had said, I cannot let emotion get in my way, and I hope that when we play Vietnam in the Suzuki Cup, we beat them. In my eyes, Vietnam are the favourites in the group because they have home advantage, and then I believe that either Indonesia or Philippines will make it through to the semi. So that's a pretty obvious thing to say, really, when I think it's safe to say Laos will not get through. And we'll play spoiler, though. Well, after beating Malaysia, Indonesia then beat Cambodia 1-0. On the 25th of September. They lost their last warm-up game on the 15th of November, just a few days ago, against Syria, 2-0. Incredible given what's going on with Syria at the moment, that Syria still get results, do well. 4 minutes of added time. Mohamed Robi isn't in great shape, but I think they've used up all their substitutions, so. How will they cope here? It's a nice turn! Great turn and shot. He is such a handful, Nguyen Van Kiet. Did really well there. Mohamed did one taken out, but he's okay. They want to get on with it, the Vietnamese players. Is there time for another winner? Well, incredibly, Philippines will top the group after tonight's result. Indonesia, if they can hold on, they have pulled off something quite remarkable here. Nice flick on. Crowd winning them on. Oh, that was a chance that's gone over. Nguyen again. They have had their opportunities to win this game on countless occasions, but haven't done so. Indonesia will try to eat up as much time as possible. It's pinning around at the moment, isn't it? down the right-hand side. It's a good ball. Final effort, maybe. Get past the defender. Well, that is a massively unlikely result tonight, because Vietnam have almost totally controlled this game. They opened the scoring through Nguyen Ngoc Hai and look to push for more goals, totally against the run of play after a defensive error from Din Tien Tan. Zula Malik Zamrun equalised with a fine finish. The second goal came from Le Con Vin, a superb one, a contender for goal of the tournament. And at that point, Indonesia looked dead and buried, like they would carry on and concede more goals. But an awful, awful goalkeeping mistake, which allowed the ball to slip under from Samsul Arif. A very innocuous shot from him meant that at the end of this game, after all of that, against a run of play and probably undeserved, Vietnam have managed to draw with Indonesia. The final score at the My Dinh Stadium, it's Vietnam 2, Indonesia 2. Thanks a lot for joining us. We'll see you again soon.
Samsul Arif, bagaimana menurut Anda permainan Vietnam malam ini?
Ya, Vietnam kita tahu mereka cukup bagus, determinatif bagus, possession dia bagus. Kita mencoba menghadapi mereka dengan sabar dan alhamdulillah kita sedikit beruntung dengan gol yang saya ciptakan tadi.
Sebenarnya yang membuat Vietnam mendominasi permainan malam ini apa sih?
Ya, mereka punya fisik dan mungkin talenta mereka lebih bagus, sedikit lebih bagus dari kita. Mereka juga berada di tuan rumah, dia banyak dukungan, mungkin dia lebih sedikit termotivasi. Dan ya, mungkin timnas kita alhamdulillah bisa menjalankan strategi Alfred cukup dengan baik tadi.
Di pertandingan kedua nanti Indonesia bakal menghadapi Filipina yang tadi menang lawan Laos. Bagaimana menurut Anda prediksi pertandingan nanti?
Ya, kita punya peluang yang sama. Filipina juga mereka punya materi yang bagus, mereka banyak sekali naturalisasi. Tapi kita tetap yakin bisa mengatasi mereka dan minta doanya untuk seluruh masyarakat Indonesia. Mudah-mudahan kita bisa lebih baik lagi ke depan.
Ada pemain Filipina yang harus diwaspadai?
Ya, saya rasa yang husband bersaudara mungkin dia punya pengalaman yang bagus di AFF dan mereka sudah sering kali tampil di AFF dan cukup merepotkan kita. Mungkin Philip yang husband atau yang husband bersaudara itu ya.
Thank you Samsul.
Ya.
Cho cái logo vào. Trên đây con mic của mình không? Vinh. Cho mượn cái mic này đi. Anh cầm luôn. Đây ok. Hướng cái này vào đi. Mạng thế nhưng mà đây thế đây lấy mic luôn này. Anh bỏ luôn đấy. No. Có 9 mic thôi. Ok. Take
Em cảm nhận thế nào về bàn thắng của mình đã ghi được?
Thật sự là em cảm thấy rất hạnh phúc. Lâu lắm rồi mà em mới có cảm giác như thế này. Nhưng thật sự là hôm nay đội mình là không gặp may mắn, đội mình chơi rất tốt. Nhưng mà bóng đá đúng là hôm nay người ta gọi là đúng là bóng đá. Phải hết 90 phút chúng ta mới biết rằng là đội nào mới giành chiến thắng.
Em nghĩ thế nào về khán giả hôm nay?
Em xin cảm ơn khán giả. Em không nghĩ hôm nay khán giả đến sân đông như vậy. Và hôm nay đội tuyển cũng đã thi đấu rất tốt và cũng đã